Harvey. Well, I wanted to talk to you a long time ago because we didn't have the opportunity to see each other.
That's right.
It was suddenly it happened, and okay. I want you to tell me how was your experience in the place that you were doing the practice.
It was great. I really like the opportunity the foundation opened for us. It was amazing because the kids were so sweet and they welcome us and they also receive everything we did, and we understand that maybe the level of English that they were used to was very low, and some of them have really difficulties understanding basic instructions and also comprehending basic words. But they challenge themselves, and they each day they come and they ask for new words. And if they didn't understand something, they even the few words that they could were able to repeat, they use it over and over and over again. It looks that they were very enthusiastic about it. But unfortunately, well, this happens, and now we are not able to see them anymore. So,
Yeah,
well, it
it's a
was a
shame.
big fall down, I know.
Yeah, it's a shame, and it was very good that you had the opportunity to make that contribution, even just 2 or 3 classes, but it was good. Sometimes the students don't understand that the practice is to do some contributions to the society, right? It's not only to pass a course, to obtain good grades, but also the contribution that you can do through your practice is a huge uh, thing. Well,
It's true.
tell me about the community. I mean, the teachers that you had, or the owner of the foundation, or who was in charge of you over there.
Well, we actually have three people who were working with us as we went to the practice. The first one was the person in charge of the foundation. Her name is Patricia, and she was very sweet. She was always like facilitating everything that we might need to perform the activities, to get to know the kids, to understand them, because we have some kids who have developmental problems. They were not physical problems. We didn't have to see any physical problems, but they have or low IQ. Few of them have problems in school, behavioral problems too. And she was very helping with us. And she was the contact of the foundation, and we work together hand by hand with the person in charge of the practices in the school that's called Semillas del Futuro. And we also work with the director. Unfortunately, the plan that we had was to move the practices of English and make them a little bit more formal due to the space that they facilitated for us. They managed to give us the whole school for Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 12. And unfortunately, we didn't get to do that. We had the classes only in the park because the Saturday that we were going to move to the school was when everything exploded and we couldn't go anymore to schools. They just closed all the schools and everything has to be on virtual environments. Reason why I asked them if they were gonna keep on going to classes in the virtual environment, and well, they didn't give us a quite big answer. They didn't have managed that yet due to the facilities of the families, due to many technical problems of also of the teachers. This is a school who really needs a lot of help, so they didn't count with all the platform that they will need to do this big change, as other schools could do.
Why don't they, the foundation, do any of these activities in their place? It is too small, or what?
No, they did the activities on a public park. The foundation doesn't have any place of themselves. So it
Okay.
was a public park, and they just gathered the kids and invite them to come, and the kids came to do different practices. They do sports practice, they have their English class with us, but since it was like a free space, we have to be super careful with the people who was around us, with the belongings, with the weather, because if it rains, that was the end of the
Yeah.
class. Happily, never happened. Reason why we have to move to the school, but that neither happened.
Did they let you alone with the students?
No, they were always with us, all the
Oh,
time.
okay. Well, that's very important because if something happened, you can, you don't have the legal instruments
Yeah,
to
yeah. The thing
to
is also
protect
that
the student.
they yes, true. And since the foundation have like the parents just drop their kids, it was a huge responsibility. Reason why when we started, we say like we're never gonna stay with the kids alone, for their security, and because we don't know their parents. So if a person comes and says, "Oh, this is my kid," they might take him, and we don't know. So they say that no, they were with us all the time.
Perfect. What about the topics that you had to plan? They gave you the topics or it was free?
Well, we basically on the classes that we had the opportunity to have with the kids, the basic was basic commands to see the level. It was like looking for which level they were able to understand. And reason why we found that they have a very very low level of English. It was maybe an A1, even though there were kids that among the 11, 12, 13. The eldest was 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just like going through all of them and see what can they understand and which vocabulary do they have already. So no, they didn't give us the topics. Kind of look what they have and start working with them.
Okay, so you had to do the characterization and the diagnostic of the students. And tell me a little bit more or much more about the activities you did there. How many classes did you have finally? How many hours, etc.
Well, I don't have here my papers. I'm gonna gotta get the, but basically we have an agreement that like went on Saturdays and Sundays. And one day we have a major class. It was super big because we also accompany the foundation for a special event that they have planned on their chronogram, and it was like a lot of amount of hours. We play a
How
lot
many? Do
using.
you have your
Yes, I
registration
do.
of the
I do.
hours? Okay. How
I'm
many
gonna run
hours
and
did
get
you
them.
have?
Sorry. I'm gonna run and get them to tell you exactly the amount and
Oh, okay,
from
okay,
when
don't
to
worry.
when.
And they
Okay.
already signed that, right?
Yes, yes, there.
Okay, okay, very
So
good then.
wait for a moment. I'm gonna go and get my
Okay,
papers.
don't worry. Go.
Thank you. Okay, I found them. We had around 14 hours. 14 hours of practice. So in the first one, the main activity was from 9:30 to 12. We play action games and were basic commands to play games on sorry on the park. In the second activity, we play sports commands based on baseball. On volleyball. On the third activity, there were the ferry. So there was like a special activity that the foundation have for the kids, and they have many games to play as a fairy. So that was also our contribution. We give every single instruction. We show the materials that we are going to use, how to do it, the verbs, commands, everything. And the last one, we talk about numbers and colors.
Okay, well, you had a lot of hours.
Yeah, thank God.
Good, very good. But it is a shame that I couldn't be able to see you. And now we don't have the opportunity to go there. But
Oh
it was good.
no,
Thank you for the contribution with the
no.
foundation. I really appreciate that because some students know that they have to do the practice, but as I told you, they don't really understand this is also to make a contribution to the society and to the children. So thank you. Um,
Um,
I need you to send me those formats,
sure.
please. And well, we need to talk about the now rules. I know you have everything clear because you're really clever. But
That's it.
but I have to talk to you about that. I think
Yes,
the guide is clear. I think it's not difficult, the task that you have to do. You already have the characterization of the students, the observations. And I'm going to ask you to do this task based on the observations you did in the foundation. I know you
okay.
did some observations at your work,
Yes.
but I think it would be more helpful or more interesting for you to write the reflection about the students you observe and the situation in the foundation, because I
Wonderful.
think you were very observant of that, and I would like to read about it. Okay.
Sure, sure, no problem. I have a question,
Yes, tell
and
me, please.
is regarding this. Well, we have no idea how this pandemic and all the measures that the government is going to take. I have heard from many places that this is going to take longer than April 13th. And I was wondering, well, we do this task, but for me will be only about 34 hours amount, and I have still missing 30 hours. So I don't know how this is going to develop. I don't know if you guys are also waiting to see what happened after April 13, or if you already as the university have already something see foreseen for us.
Yes, yes, of course. We are doing another contingency guide. We're doing activities for the rest of the period because we know this is going to take longer.
Mm,
Um, I think they're waiting for the president to make it official again, to make it
yes,
official to us. But don't worry, I'm writing another activities, virtual activities, of course,
okay.
and that's why I just sent you the last time the task 3,
Yes, I just
because
got it.
yes, because the task 4 is going to be complemented with another virtual activity. So I decided it was better not to take into account the limit of the government, that is April 20, but to make the task 4 completely with the virtual activities, right? Because we already know that this is going to be longer and it is very hard for you to go back to any institution. So don't worry,
Yes,
I'm
it's
going to
true.
send that later. And you have an advantage because you have 14 hours. There are some students that have no hours because it
Wow.
was very complicated for them just to get a place, and the insurance and everything. So it was very, very hard. So you don't worry about that.
Okay.
As long as you do the activities with, as I like, with a good quality, with
Yes, sure.
with effort, with the reflection. I think I like that you have a good background, that the work that you did there, the 14 hours, it was enough time for you to uh, to write about it and to think about that. Okay, when you are going to do this
Yes,
guide, these activities, please think about the foundation and the students over there, right? What
sure.
kind of activities could you give them if you had the opportunity um, to continue with them in a
Go back.
virtual environment. You know, no, or
Perfect.
in a virtual environment. Okay.
Okay.
If the foundation asks you to help, I don't really know if that's good or wrong, and I don't know how to manage that, you know, because you're not going to have like a place or like a teacher that is the supervisor of your activity. As you told me, they don't have enough resources. All of the students don't have the resources. So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, if it's to help community, I think it will be lovely. And well, I really got attached to these kids. They were like really loving and they want to learn. They starve to learn. And they all at the time say, well, it's because our teacher is kind of boring. We don't learn
Yes.
English. I was like, oh, poor kids. They really want to, but they don't have the opportunity somehow.
Yeah.
And I understand also that the school has other priorities. They are trying to just push information in through their minds, and they have to fight because they don't have everything they need to work properly. They are really doing a lot with a few good people. So I understand it. As a social contribution, I would think it would be lovely. I understand that as a practice, it wouldn't be correct because no one will see my mistakes and no one could say, hey, you have to improve in these, or maybe you're
Yes.
doing this wrong, got this right. So yeah, I was exactly in the middle. I didn't know what to do about it. So
Yes.
that
Me
reason why
neither.
I told to Patricia, I'm sorry, I can't do anything without the authorization of the university for those two reasons. Basically, it could be great, it will be lovely, but also I don't want to interfere. I don't know if maybe the director of the school will see it like I am doing something over her authority, and that definitely wouldn't be great. So there's many facts to take into account, and I wasn't sure reason why I say no. I better don't do it for now.
Yeah, of course. It is really hard.
Mm,
I think let's wait, right? Let's wait.
okay.
You already have ours and you have the other guide. So we
Yes.
should focus on that, you know,
Okay.
because
Okay.
I think you don't have like all days free, you know, to do
No.
so
No.
many
No.
activities.
This virtual environment take more hours. It's amazing. I thought it's gonna be easy, and forget it. It's harder. In my work. I work at like 9 hours a day. Now I'm working 12 without stopping. And
Yeah, it's
after I
hard.
work 12, I go to study. So I'm like, okay, now click out. I'm studying now in my same computer where I'm working now.
Yeah, it's harder. It's harder, and you think that the students don't understand. You have that perception, you know. It's really hard because you can
Yes.
explain and explain, and you still feel that they don't get it. So
No,
you don't
and
know
they're
how to
so
handle that.
little. They are so little. They're like my students are 3 years old, 2 years old. They
Oh
all
my God,
eldest
that's
is
even
5.
worse.
So I'm like,
Even
okay,
worse.
don't run, come back, come see the screen, please.
Yeah.
So
Oh
it's
no, that's
harder,
really
but
hard.
yes,
No, I rather with adults in that circumstances. In these circumstances, I'd rather working with adults. But well, that's a challenge, and it is
yes,
very good for you to write about it. You know, as you know, at
yes.
the end, the final guide, we have to make like a project.
Okay.
So it is very interesting that in this stage you can think about a lot of problems that you have as a teacher, as a face-to-face teacher environments to a virtual environment. You know, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
challenges there, and a lot of topics you can treat in that last project that you can
Sure.
write about it. I would be very interested in reading that, actually.
It sounds like
Um,
a really good idea.
Yes, yes. I was talking with another student and she told me, I'm definitely going to do a project about this. because it has been for me really, really hard. I haven't been able to get used to this. So, well,
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
it's good. It's good.
It takes a while.
Well,
Sorry,
so,
I have one last question.
yes, tell me.
It's because I have task 3 contingency guide. That's the only one we're working now. What about task 4? That doesn't happen yet, right?
The task 4 is going to be the same activity with another one. Okay. So if you
Okay,
already did something about the task 4, it doesn't matter. It's going to be the same. But I am going to send you the complete guide for the whole task 4, you know,
okay,
because we already saw that this is going to be longer.
yes.
So yeah, if you already did a part of the task 4, don't worry. That's okay. But I'm going to send the complete task.
Okay, so for now, should I focus on task 3? No, I didn't actually did anything on task 4 because it was missing task 3. It was like, I have to
Okay.
ask my tutor, I don't understand what happened with 3. But now I do.
Okay.
So,
No, it's that I send the task 3 and part of the task 4 in a
yes,
whole guide, right? Now
yes,
I just send the task 3 for you to focus on that, and later I'm going to send the second part of task 4, right?
perfect. And that one, we're gonna have more than a week to develop because I had in task 4 that we have to finish it for the 20th of April, and I have task 3
No,
for the
the
30th.
whole the whole the whole the whole time. You're going to have the time that is established in the agenda. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. That
For
was the
task
last question.
4. And the final task is going to be the same. I'm not going to change it because it doesn't need, you don't have to go to an institution to do the task 4, to the final task, sorry. So I'm not going to change.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. That's great. Now I
Okay.
understood.
Okay. So we are going to have another 2 sessions by Skype because
Yes.
I was supposed to make the visits. Hello, this internet here is awful in my home.
Don't worry.
uh, I was supposed to make 2 more visits. I mean, 3 visits to your place, and I
Yes.
wasn't able to do that. But we're going to do by Skype. So when
Cool.
you have, I mean, like half of your, no, when you complete the guide 3,
Okay.
okay, we can have another session. I check, and we can have another session to discuss your products, to discuss what can be better, what is a good idea, what is probably not such a good idea, etc., etc. Right?
Perfect. Super.
Okay, great. So can you let me know when you finish the guide? I would like for you to finish before the deadline, because in that in
Yes, of
that way
course.
you can correct something. So let me know, please, and we arrange another meeting.
Sure. Thank you so much. I will write to you and I will try to send, well, I don't know if right now the scanner, but maybe for tomorrow afternoon I will scan the papers I have here that they signed for me on the practice place.
Yes, I think it's better for me to have that and put it in your file, because you have a file and with all your documents. So it is
Okay.
better to put it there right now. Okay, so
I have a
you,
question. What do I
you
do with the pictures? Like they also took pictures of us at the foundation to prove that we actually were there.
those pictures, well, you have that we have some permissions to take pictures of children. That is a legal
Yeah,
thing there. Did you take
yeah.
pictures of children? Did you have the permission of their parents?
Well, that was the thing that the person in charge of the foundation collect the permissions, helping us to collect them all because she knows the parents.
Mm.
And unfortunately, we don't have them now because we can see each other. So I can ask her if she can lend them, give them to me. I don't know if she can scan them or something, so I can send them back to you.
Yes, yes, please. If you want to
Okay.
include pictures, that's a good idea. But we need to have the permissions because you know that there are some legal problems with that.
Sure. Yes. Of course.
Okay, Andrea. So thank you for your time. We keep in touch as always. If you have any doubt, please write to me and let me know
Of
when you
course.
have the guide complete.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much for all your explanation. I really appreciate you take the time to have this moment with me and explain to me like very carefully everything and that we can talk about it to make it easy. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon. Bye.
Bye.